Scott, it's gonna be one of those days, dude. You can just feel it when the energy's in the air. Second coffee in. Let's get going. It's PlayStation 5 Pro specs leak video has been already taken down by Sony. That's right, Chris Scullion over at VGC. Documentation explaining the console specifications was first leaked by YouTuber Moore's Law is Dead last month. We covered it then. There's more to get into a little bit now. And I also have more questions, Scott. The information was subsequently verified by ITG, which said the document came from Sony Interactive Entertainment's developer network. However, as spotted by The Verge's Tom Warren, the video by Moore's Law is Dead is now offline with a message saying it, in brackets or quotes, is no longer available due to copyright claim by Sony Interactive Entertainment, end quote. Dude, they had it taken down straight up. They immediately said, hey, yo, who's doing this? Why are you doing this? And then they just axed it right away. Get it off there, right?
Now, that makes me wonder, does that actually speak to its validity, though? Like, if I were to go online and say, Sony is doing this, could they strike that down if I'm using the right images?
Maybe. Like, we can get copyright claims on certain videos ourselves, right? But it just feels a little bit more critical and solid information if Sony's already on it. Sometimes they'll just let it go, like, nah, man, we got nothing to do with this. We don't really care. Here, this is a big deal. It's not clear yet, however, why the video was taken down, although it may be easy to come to the conclusion that Sony is trying to prevent leaks of its confidential information. It could be due to something else, such as use of copyrighted material in the video triggering a content match, resulting in either a manual or automated takedown request. Moore's Law is Dead has yet to comment on the video's takedown or share information on the reasons for the request. The article will be updated as soon as we know more. Absolutely, we'll be all over it as well. The video citing internal Sony documents, though, suggests that the PS5 Pro's CPU will be identical to that of the standard PS5, but the new console will have a high CPU frequency mode, which increases the CPU by 10% to 3.85 gigahertz, but reduces GPU performance by about 1% as a result. The GPU itself will be powered by a 33.5 teraflops versus the PS5's 10.28 teraflops.
That is an extreme increase in teraflops.
That does make it, right? But that doesn't mean it would be more than 3 times as powerful. As The Verge noted at the time, changes in AMD's architecture means it's difficult to directly compare teraflops directly between the PS5 and the PS5 Pro. And that in reality, the comparison is more like 10 versus around 17. There's still more power under the hood, basically what's coming around. Indeed, the documentation leaked by Moore's Law is Dead suggested rendering is about, you ready for this though, Scott? Rendering compared to PS5 to PS5 Pro is 45% faster. That's insane.
That is an incredible increase, but it makes me wonder, not playing a PlayStation 5, how much more could it increase?
Okay, so
I'm used to almost no load screens nowadays.
Well, that's just it. When you played Horizon Forbidden West, Guerrilla came out and stated they actually had to slow down the load times when you're going from one location to the next, just so you could read the little tips they give you in the bottom, and then you have to hit X to continue. You could then, they came in later on and actually tweaked that so you can skip it, and it just automatically just loads right in. Dude, it's already so fast. Here's the other thing though, the rendering distance, right? The rendering distance then is what I kind of play into, going, how far across? We could already see these vast areas, right? Horizon being a huge example of this. When you take a look and you're up on a tall neck, man, the game looks gorgeous, it looks incredible, and I feel like I already see for miles. Now, they do mask that off, and a lot of games will do this as well, is that they introduce, Scott, the fog, right? Oh yeah, looks great, boom, but this part here is fogged out because, well, we can't render past a certain distance without it looking like garbage, so we're just gonna fog that area all out. The other side of this, too, is this is coming into, I've kind of dabbled in a couple other articles as well. It also increases the ray tracing and all those effects along with it. The fast load times, the speed. PS5 Pro, Scott, is apparently rumored to come out this year. Is this lining up for the announcement or the release of GTA 6 next year?
I think that is what the drive is now. I think that's the competitive point. The point of contention is going to be, where do you want to play to have the best experience? And for that reason alone, it does make sense that there could be a PlayStation 5 Pro. But I wonder if it is the idea that it's the majority of the difference is in overclock mode kind of seems a little strange to me. Is that truly enough to justify putting out a whole new version of the console? Is that enough to make a split SKU, kind of introduce a lot of the problems that Xbox has had to deal with their multiple series consoles?
Well, the Series
So I wonder
X.
if that's just...
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's Series X
Yeah.
and then S, and the S is just underpowered, caused problems with Baldur's Gate 3, and that's just one example. I don't know if that's really an issue going forward, if that's an example found every time there's a game that comes out on Xbox systems, but it seems like a complication, and I wonder if there's going to be a lot of advantage taken of that. Something like GTA 6 that's been in development for so long, is it too late now to kind of tweak what's going on with your console when it's about to land in about a year?
So the other side of it is, this could be stated as the best place to play on PlayStation 5 Pro. It'd be certified. Apparently, it's coming with a logo saying it's PS5 certified or something along that line, so that you are getting optimized. Oh yeah, there's already talks with. Go ahead.
It reminds me of the Nintendo 64 Gold Seal. The Nintendo official Gold Seal is a mark of quality.
And this is where, moving forward, apparently all the developers now have been asked to make sure that everything is PS5 Pro capable and enhanced in a sense as well, right? So all of a sudden now you have, well, where's the best place to play? Well, if you're a PlayStation fan, you want to upgrade to the PS5 Pro. If you're an Xbox fan looking to get into the world of PlayStation, do you wait for the PS5 Pro, and then do you also then bounce on GTA? GTA 6 is going to be the biggest game of all time coming up next year, right? And if there's one, yeah, this is the driving marketing force of Sony going in, hey, work with us. We're making this new system just for GTA 6. In a sense, right? Not just for them, but that's a huge selling point when it comes to, we are the best place to play the biggest game of all time, GTA 6. How many people are going to do that? Dude, I'm already in. I want a Pro. Give me the Pro. If that's where I can play GTA 6 the best and have it run this smooth. Does this? We also got into this discussion of, will it run 120 frames per second? Dude, this thing's pumping out, right? It's got the power. The other side of it then is, if the mind share goes with PlayStation, which it already is, right? Think about that. PlayStation is already the top selling console. Does Xbox have something lined up as well?
You mean a new console iteration?
Either a Series X Pro or a new console altogether. Do they just launch? Hey, they go, you know what? Forget it. We're going to beat PlayStation 6. This is the newest Xbox console. Do they have to have some kind of answer to this when they're already losing the race in the console market?
Yeah, because of the Sarah Bond saying that, while it's going to be the next giant leap in technology, it does make me think that they're at least pivoting, or at least pretending to have those cards in their hand.
Right.
And whether it's a bluff or not, I think if PlayStation does announce officially a PlayStation 5 Pro, I think Xbox the next day will announce theirs.
Yeah, so you think they do have a counteract to whatever Sony's coming up with next then, right?
I think so, yeah. And Xbox has just been a little bit more open about talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Then I start leading into, okay, if I'm on PlayStation, I know you, I know my buddy Kyle, our friend Kyle's going to be there. I know Nate's going to be over on Xbox. Is there cross-play for GTA 6?
No.
Because, man, if I got the Pro...
huge deal.
Right? If I have the Pro and there isn't a Series X Pro, I'm probably going PlayStation. Dude, I'm probably one of the few, but I'm probably not one of the few. I bet you there's more people just like me, man, who's going to go, yo, PS5 Pro? Yeah. Is going to run GTA 6 even better? Yeah, I'll do that. Right? I'm not going to be alone on this idea. And I think that's what Sony's kind of banking on, is bringing in this introduction of, hey, we're partnering with Rockstar. Watch out. Here's the best way to play GTA 6. PS5 Pro.